This is an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar taking a look at editing as storytelling, the craft of editing. Hi, my name is Larry Jordan. In this excerpt, I'll show you how to put together a montage of video that tells a story to music. Now, to prevent fistfights, I want to be clear, there's no one perfect way to edit anything. My goal today is not to show you the perfect way to edit, but it's to show you instead how I think during an edit session. If my way of thinking works for you, great. If not, use my way of thinking as a springboard to develop your own techniques. When editing a series of non-dramatic images, for example, a montage of beauty shots, I edit the music to the timeline first, and then I pay very close attention to matching the beat of the music with the timing of my edits. But when I'm editing a series of dramatic images that tell a story, I edit the images to tell the story first, then I add the music later. And in this second example, I am far less concerned about matching the beat of the music than telling the story. Keep in mind that when we're doing montages, the video provides the detail, the music provides the emotion. You want to pick the right transition, and this is the new piece of thinking that occurred this morning. Dissolves are better when you are editing standalone images, beauty shots of nature. There's no relationship between shot number 1 and 2 and 3. But cuts are better when you're telling a story where the shots relate to each other. In general, you want to cut to the beat of the music. However, if you've got a clearly established beat, people start to expect the edits are going to occur on the beat. So what I will often do, just to play games with their heads, is that I'll take a shot and I'll extend it across the beat, because extending the shot across the beat calls more attention to that shot. You'll see that as the first example in a video we're about to put together. For example, here, I have a series of images created by Jim Walker of Lobsters Gone Wild Productions of undersea footage set to music. Let me show you what I've got so far. Now, the first thing that I did is decide what music I wanted to cut these to, and then I set markers in that indicate where each of the major beats are, the downbeat for each measure, and it works out that the beats are exactly 3 seconds apart. So when I created my first clips, I set them all to be 3 seconds, and that way I know they would match the beat. But let's look at this first shot. Also notice that I've put the audio inside the primary storyline, and I'm dealing with all of my B-roll as a connected storyline. The benefit here is I get all the benefits of trimming the clips inside the connected storyline. First thing I'm going to do is change the duration of this first shot from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. I want to have it hold for just a minute. And the reason is, if we get too literal following the beat of the music, suddenly the audience starts to anticipate our edit, and they're watching for the edit as opposed to watching the shots. I'm going to change this a little bit. Watch these fish. Notice when they change direction. Right there. So what I'm going to do is grab the trim tool, click right on top of that frame, and drag it so that it's on top of the marker, so the fish change direction on the beat, but the shot doesn't change on the beat. This isn't a bad shot. I've got a better shot, so I'm going to do a replace edit here. Let's just see if we can find where it is. All right, here is the fish are swimming past. It gets us this feeling of a close-up of the fish swimming. So I'm going to grab this clip and drag it and replace that edit. We'll just swap one from the other, and now let's take a look at it. I'll kill the sound. In fact, I'll add some additional underwater sound under here to give us a little bit more life. Right about there. Razor blade tool, cut that off, disappear. Pull that sound down just a bit so we get some general presence. Now notice that we've switched direction. Here, the fish are all going from the left to the right. Here, they're going from the left to the right, but in the middle of the shot, they're now changing direction to go from right to left, which means that the next shot of the fish also going from right to left starts to make sense. We're maintaining the screen direction. Now here we've got two, I don't know what they are, but they're not fish, at the bottom of the water here, bottom of this, on the floor of the ocean. And we see a little bit of movement coming off each one of those. We've got a couple of options here. As I look at my other shots, I have a shot of the two of them. I have a shot where this one's got its foot out doing whatever it's doing. I've got another shot where we're looking at the other side over here. I think we could set up a quick dialogue between the two of them. So let's find the spot right there as it's moving forward. Find that shot right there. Set an in, Control D, set a duration of 3 seconds. Find our mollusk shot, or whatever that is, and do an insert, do an insert edit. By selecting the connected storyline, type the letter, no, not the skimmer. Stupid skimmer. There we go. Pull our sound down. Okay, and then let's just get a response over here from this guy and turn skimming back on. Find our number 2 mollusk right there. Set it in, Control D, 3 seconds. Put our playhead where we want the insert to be. Do another insert edit by selecting the storyline. Turn the sound off. Get rid of that flash frame. Try it again. No, starting to move, so we'll back that up just a bit because I didn't want to have him start to walk. Walk there. And then let's pick up something different. We've got another really cool shot, which is a sea turtle floating around in here. And we'll set this up as, if we notice over at this spot, he floats off into the distance. This is a great ending shot. So I see the ending shot coming. And notice also we've got a dialogue. We see first our 2 shot, we set it up. Then we cut to the person on the right facing to the left, cut to the person on the left facing to the right. So we've got this nice dialogue between the two of them as they start to crawl together. Then, let's see, we could drop in a shark shot to sort of cut away from that dialogue. We'll find our sea turtle. Let's find a point where it pivots around right there, so it's changing direction. Again, I like having the fact that object, let's see, Control D, 3 seconds, and we'll set that here. There we go. Notice that our mollusk is looking to the right, then we cut to our shark that's looking to the left. Again, we're keeping that sense of overall dialogue between the different elements. This is first kill the sound, second turn on trimming and slip this. I want to get more of the turn complete, so we'll pick it up right before that, right about there. And let's see, go to a fish that's keeping an eye on what's going on and edit that down to our sequence. And then we'll build a dialogue here. Let's go back to our sea turtle. And again, carry the story theme through. And go back to our shark. And I'm just setting in durations and set that to trim. So here's how the final dialogue ends up. Mollusk moving, scene change, Turtle does not want to be eaten. Fish sort of hides in the rocks. Turtle's going away. So far away, in fact, that we missed the shark. In fact, the fish doesn't belong there at all. We'll take that out. Put our playhead back here. Okay, so we've got the turtle turning. Shark coming closer. And we'll do the shark again. Where'd the shark go? Right there. Okay, so now we've got our dialogue. The mollusks are hiding. We see a shark cruising. Turtle turns around. Shark gets closer. Now here's another cool trick. We'll just take all of that stuff, go to the inspector, audio, set the volume to 0, and they're all done. So what we did is we tried not to get completely rhythmic on the beats of the music. We took our first shot and stretched it and had action change on the beat. We continued screen direction, and when we switched screen direction, we switched direction in the middle of the shot. We built dialogues between different characters. We broke the one dialogue and went to a second dialogue. Turtle escaping from shark, shark getting closer, turtle getting farther away. Notice they're both going in the same direction. So we've got the turtle, shark, turtle, shark. We got too many turtles here. Let's get rid of this one. Stretch this down. Okay, so now let's play it. Shark, turtle, switch screen direction. Shark sees the turtle. Turtle gets away. Shark getting closer. And the turtle escapes off into the distance. Whoops, back to here. Cool. Even though we were editing just images to music, we could still build a story and build a sense of relationship between the shots by considering screen direction, by repeating shots, and our mind will build a story of ongoing challenge in life under the water just by looking at these shots go through. This is our first example of editing a music montage. This is what I just learned as I was putting this together, because you remember I said that dissolves allow us to amplify the emotion. Well, I decided let's take a look at this again and look at both versions. A version where it's just cuts and a version where it's just dissolves. Here's the piece we just completed, where everything is a cut. Now compare the difference where we do the exact same piece, and this time we add dissolves. The thing that impresses me is the content is the same, but the dissolves change it emotionally. What I was especially struck by is the fact that the dissolves seem to disconnect the story. The images became standalone, as opposed to the dialogue that we had between the shark and the sea turtle, or the two creatures on the ocean floor, is that the dissolves sort of broke that dialogue up in a way that I wasn't expecting. This has been an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar taking a look at editing as storytelling. For the complete version of this online training, please visit our store at larryjordan.biz/store and look for Webinar 134. Membership is a great value, especially when you need to stretch your training dollars. A subscription membership to our video training library saves you money. You can access all of our videos for a low monthly price of only $19.99. That's more than 800 movies, dozens of hours of training, all in depth and all up to date. Plus, members can attend any of our Power Up webinars for free. Our training covers Apple and Adobe software. We update it every week, and for more information, visit larryjordan.biz/subscriptions.